Hi everyone, this is Michael for Spirit Comics. Welcome to New Comic Book May Day 13. If you don't know what that is, stay tuned and I'll tell you. Please do subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any new of my uploads. Please do give this video a thumbs up and share it around. And don't forget to comment. Thank you to those who have subscribed to my channel recently. I checked earlier and now I'm at 193 subscribers. I don't know who they are, but I thank you for subscribing. I didn't receive the notifications. And I thank you to those who do comment on my videos because you are very encouraging, and to those who do join the premieres. Alright, this is New Comic Book May, Day 13. This is what I'm doing because New Comic Book Day of this year, Free Comic Book Day of this year, was postponed. So, with that said, let's get into the review. Now, this is going to be of The Dark Age and Afterburn, which both were released in the same comic in 2019 on Free Comic Book Day. Alright, there's two logos here. One is Red 5 Comics, the other is Motor. I believe Red 5 Comics is responsible for The Dark Age, and Motor is responsible for Afterburn. But Red 5 Comics publishes them both. Alright, now, they both have interesting premises, but one is executed a little bit better than the other, and one's a little bit more interesting. Alright, The Dark Age, it says here, in the near future, a gray haze reduces every known metal on Earth to worthless piles of rust and dust. With no technology, no guns, no computers, humanity reverts to a violent, feudal system, with each pocket of civilization is ruled by knights of plastic, wood, and glass. This is the new Dark Age. Alright. It opens up in Ithaca, New York, present day. Now, this group of three, which looks to be a family, they're having snacks, and this woman is eating a pickles and ice cream, apparently. And this girl is looking at her iPad. And he says, Johnny, look at this one. It's Molly's hook, or J for Johnny. And she says, I can't believe you get paid to teach kids to sharpen rocks. So apparently, I think his name is Johnny. Okay. And that's a pregnant mother. Apparently his wife, I'm guessing. So over the page, he's about to eat, and all of a sudden, this swish sound starts. Her iPad goes dark. Then there it is again. Swish. Swish, 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 swish. Dirt's flying everywhere. Dad! Swish! And he says, Johnny, you okay? Yeah, Dad, I'm fine. Alex, that must have been the mother. And she's there on the ground. And look, she looks like she's about to give birth. Because she says, "He's coming, Ethan. He's Ethan." So now this is confusing. Okay. So if this is Ethan, then 13 years later, here's a new character by the name of Jonah. This is the one that I think was poorly executed. They're reduced to a system of hunting, scavenging to survive. And New York City is now referred to as New Pork. They call the meat long pig or New Pork. And that's men who eat other men, literally, here in the story. Now, what I find is to be totally ridiculous is the way this scene here was executed. Okay, these are arrows flying toward the kid. That's the dad, I think. Yeah, that's the dad because he shoots someone who's coming up behind the kid, and the guy is, falls on the kid with an arrow through his head. Then someone comes up behind the dad, bites into him, and then he uses a knife to literally stab his eye out in defense. Somebody else comes. He yells out, "Jonah!" He says, "Jonah, shoot him!" This guy. Yeah, this guy is coming to attack. He says, "Jonah!" And he goes, crack! Across the head. And Jonah says, "I'm sorry." That's not what someone says when they see a loved one get smacked across the head. And then he's, strung up like this. They should have said, should have had the kid say, "I am so sorry," in big, bold letters. This looks like he just got caught for, reading a porno mag or something. "I'm so sorry." And that would be like, "I'm sorry, I didn't want to disappoint you." That's this type of "I'm sorry." Something for a lesser incident. But this is all he can muster when this guy is hanging upside down? Really? He goes, "It's okay." And somehow he goes, "Ah!" And then another, I'm guessing that this person who is referred to as Johnny is this kid here. So that would place him or her at about 19 years of age, or maybe 22, I'm not sure. Ages aren't given in here. And the way they go about distinguishing who is who, to me, seems to be a little bit confusing. So all that so that it's not addressed that this kid could not pull the trigger to keep him from being captured. And the dialogue here is immaterial. This is interesting but poorly executed. So they're going back home to a fort of some kind. Which is located in the Kingdom of United Canada, because the United States no longer exists. Yeah, this is interesting, but it's poorly executed. When somebody gets shot and they're strung up, to a tree, and they are your loved one, I would expect to see more outrage, more emotion, more shock. But I'm sorry with an ellipsis after it, which is the 3 dots. It's like, I'm sorry. It's like, please give me a break. It was interesting up to that point. But then it's like took a nosedive. Now, here is the excerpt from Afterburn. This is not as interesting. The artwork is dark, but I guess it's because, this is, well, I'll just read the synopsis. For Afterburn. 2 years ago, a massive solar flare hit the day side of Earth, which is Europe, Africa, and Asia. They were bombarded with radiation that killed most living things and mutated the remaining survivors. But amid their destruction, some treasures were left behind. Hired by the wealthy in the untouched West, that's like places such as the United States, raiders illegally venture into the burn zone to recover valuable items. Risking life and limb, they face mutant gangs, rogue armies, and other hazards to score a payday of a lifetime. But if treasure reading was easy, anybody could do it, which is an actual line that's used in the sample. And then on their latest adventure, Jake, Matthias, and Andrew travel to Moscow to recover the rare Imperial Faberge eggs. And as usual, the local mutants have other plans for them. Okay. Now, this is set up with a lot of dialogue boxes. There's hardly any character interaction at all. The art, like I said, is dark. I guess to, showcase the situation. Except when, they're arguing with each other or somebody's trying to steal what they've stolen. Aside from the artwork, it's not really that interesting to me. And I would not even get the trade paperback for it. So, I don't know how good these 2 titles have done since then, but I have to say that the cover for this one and the cover for issue 1, at least, that was good. That was pretty good, because this is the cover for issue 1 that was in stores July 2019. It's very important when you're putting out a comic book, especially when it's a #1, or even more importantly, when it's a free comic book day book, to put your best work out there to get me, the consumer, interested enough to buy your work. Now, I was interested in the Dark Age. Yeah, it was an interesting story up until this point. He gets cracked across the skull, and all he can say is, "I'm sorry," because he wouldn't pull the trigger to defend him. So I will not even be getting the trade for either of these titles. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I don't think it was too long, and I didn't plan for it to be too long. Anyways, thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please do subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any new uploads. Also, please do give this video a thumbs up and share it around. Don't forget to comment, and thank you again for the 2 people who have subscribed to me recently. I'm still heading toward 200. Thank you ever so much, and thank you to those who support me by commenting on my videos. I really do appreciate it. Till next time, true readers, I am Michael for Spirit Comics. May all your news be good news.